What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, it looks like we getting ready to have another great meeting of the minds and another fighter possibly getting on board with His Excellency Turki Alalshikh. And that is the form of two-time WBC super middleweight world champion, now light heavyweight superstar title contender in David the Mexican Ecuadorian monster Benavidez. The monster. We got to see the monster. With David Benavidez coming off the biggest win of his career, self-proclaimed, David Benavidez is 30 wins, no losses, no draw, 24 big wins by way of knockout. He is 27, 28 years of age, 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach. He beat David Morrell last Saturday in convincing fashion. That was supposed to be the toughest test of his career. That was a 50-50 fight, and many people picked David Morrell to upset and beat David Benavidez. But David Benavidez, he separated himself in that fight, talent-wise, right? He showed from the 4th round to the 10th round, he won, in my opinion, every single round. I thought he won 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? Then he started to back off. Obviously, the fight was already in hand. The fight was already won. And at that point in time, I don't want to say let off the gas, but David Morrell understood that it was desperate times. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And he was trying to go for broke. He dropped David Benavidez unofficially, because when you really look at the highlights, he didn't get dropped. With that said, David Benavidez wants to fight the winner of the highly anticipated light heavyweight undisputed rematch between undefeated Artur Beterbiev, who is the undisputed light heavyweight champion with 22 wins, no loss, no draw, 21 wins by way of knockout. Beterbiev is 39 years of age. He's going to rematch Dmitry Bivol, the former WBA light heavyweight world champion. 2 Russian superstar boxers. With that said, David Benavidez is now the World Boxing Council, better known as the WBC, mandatory challenger for the winner of that fight. But you got to keep this in mind. In order for him to get that fight, okay, he is going to have to do what? Business with His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, because both those fighters are operating under His Excellency Turki Alalshikh. So whomever wins, particularly if Artur Beterbiev wins. Because if Bivol wins the fight, then guess what? More than likely, we'll get a trilogy match between those two, because Beterbiev won the first fight, Bivol wins the second fight, and it's only right you do a third fight, right? So with that said, we could get a trilogy match if Bivol wins. If Bivol loses, then that means David Benavidez gets his opportunity. Now, with that said, initially he stated that he had a long training camp for David Morrell fight, and that he wasn't really interested in going to Saudi Arabia to be in attendance for this fight. But after realizing, and after Turki Alalshikh came a knocking and understanding that in order for you to get a big fight at 175, well, you're more than likely going to have to do business with Turki Alalshikh, because he has all the big name fighters at 175. And he has a say-so in the big fighters at 175 that are under the different promotional banners. Matchroom, Top Rank, Golden Boy Promotions, they all operate with Turki Alalshikh. So now it is said that David Benavidez is going to have a sit-down and a meeting with His Excellency Turki Alalshikh either February 20th or February 21st to discuss a possible relationship moving forward. That's going to be huge. That's huge for David Benavidez and the rest of the boxing world, because this means we're going to do what? Get the fights that we have clamored for. Again, like I said, he stated he had a long training camp. He really wasn't interested in going to Saudi Arabia, but now he will be in attendance ringside with Turki Alalshikh. Big things coming. Let's see how this unfolds. And we know Saul Canelo Alvarez just signed a 4-fight deal. Now, that's the fight he's been chasing for quite some time. All the big fights that David Benavidez wants is with Turki Alalshikh. He wants Canelo Alvarez. Canelo just signed a 4-fight deal through 2027. 2 fights in 2025, 2 fights in 2026. He won't be available until 2027 or late 2026. With that said, he wants Canelo or he wants Artur Beterbiev, Bivol winner. They both with Turki Alalshikh. So a sit down only makes sense. A possible Benavidez Canelo Alvarez fight could be in one of those 4-fight deals. In one of those 4 fights. Now, we know he got 1 fight coming up May 3rd, which is going to be against William Skull. And then Canelo has a fight coming up in September against Terence Crawford, who's the 2 fights in 2026. And if David Benavidez is to beat the winner, Artur Beterbiev, I keep saying the winner, but if it's Beterbiev, he beats Beterbiev, he becomes undisputed 2-division champion. Canelo Alvarez, Benavidez, massive fight. If Canelo Alvarez was to beat Terence Crawford, that makes sense, right? So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.